In Britain, flags fly at half-mast as the country and the world remember Margaret Thatcher. A leader of conviction, she was elected to 3 terms as Prime Minister. During that time, she transformed Britain's political and economic landscape and helped to end the Cold War. News of her death broke Monday around midday.
Margaret Thatcher, the former Prime Minister and the first female Prime Minister of the UK, has passed away.
Hat Außenminister Westerwelle über Margaret Thatcher
Her image
gesagt.
soon flashed across screens around the world. There were also tweets, thousands per minute, as word spread. Here outside her home in London, people are laying flowers and notes of remembrance. There's also a bottle of milk, seemingly a reference to her time as the Education Secretary, her unpopular plan to cut free milk at schools, proof that even in death she remains a controversial and divisive figure in this country.
I think when she was in power, I don't think the country respected her for what she was. I think nowadays, you know what I mean, people realise what she did for the country, and I think she'll be sorely missed.
She wasn't interested in the effects of her policies on communities. And she laid waste to whole parts of the UK.
For over a decade, she called Downing Street home, and with news of her death, leaders from around the world talked of her legacy.
Margaret Thatcher took a country that was on its knees and made Britain stand tall again.
And Cameron's predecessor, Gordon Brown, a Labour Prime Minister who invited Thatcher back to Downing Street, said, quote, even those who disagreed with her never doubted the strength of her convictions and her unwavering belief in Britain's destiny in the world. From abroad, there was this statement from President Obama, quote, the world has lost one of the great champions of freedom and liberty, and America has lost a true friend. And from German Chancellor Angela Merkel, quote, the freedom of the individual stood at the core of her beliefs. But there are many who never forgave the Iron Lady, among them Gerry Adams of Sinn Féin.
Margaret Thatcher, in her terms as British Prime Minister, did great hurt to people in Britain, to working class communities across Britain, but also to people here in Ireland.
Her policies divided, but there is a consensus that Margaret Thatcher had a profound impact on Britain and the world, a defining figure of the 20th century. Erin McLaughlin, CNN, London.